What I saw was, again, the midfield of Real Madrid being superior to that of Manchester United with Casemiro and Toni Kroos and Luka Modric and everything, all the work that they do. And it wasn't until Fellaini came onto the field that they started sort of bypassing the midfield, Manchester United, going in a more direct approach. Fellaini winning balls, getting his big body in and around the ball. Lukaku with his big body as well, allowing Marcus Rashford to run off the ball. That United became far more effective. When they try to play against Real Madrid, they were not better than Real Madrid. When it became more physical and more about athleticism, then Manchester United got themselves into the game.
Well, to help us look ahead to what Manchester United fans might expect in this forthcoming Premier League season, let's welcome in Stuart Robson. Stuart, great to have you back. A lot of United fans getting excited. It's Mourinho's second season, after all. What do you make of the additions he's made to the squad? What do you think of their fortunes to come this season?
Yeah, I think they're going to have a good season. I think Lukaku, though he's not particularly good with his back to goal, he's going to run in behind. He will score goals for Manchester United. And I think with Rashford playing off of him rather than playing out in a wide area, they're going to be very competitive. Matic is a good addition because not only will he do a good job in front of that midfield players and Herrera be alongside him, the other player that's going to really be effective because of Matic is going to be Paul Pogba. I think he's going to start picking his passes out. He's going to be much better than he was last year. He will dominate games. The one problem I still have with Jose Mourinho, I'm not sure, we saw it again tonight, how he's going to play defensively. He started off with a back three with Darmian tucked in. Then when it wasn't quite working, they were getting outplayed in midfield. He pushed Lingard further in, then took him off at half-time and went to a back four. Then he changed it to a back three halfway through the second half again. So I'm not sure he knows exactly what formation he wants to play at the moment. But I think Manchester United, when it's a physical game, as Ali said tonight, even when it was a physical game, they competed. When it became a passing game, when the game became open, that's when they're going to struggle. That's when the better technical players of Real Madrid came to the fore.
Playing?
Isco's given Zidane a problem.
Yeah.
Listen, the second part of the season, other than Ronaldo, no question, he was one of, if not the top man for Real Madrid. But then you think going into pre-season, if he doesn't start as well as he finished the season, will it make it easy for Zidane not to play him? Well, you just saw tonight. This kid hasn't let up at all. This kid's got, I need to start. And if he does, and I think he will, guess what?
Problem is, there's now a fit Gareth Bale in the picture that there wasn't towards the tail end of last season.
If we go back to the Champions League final, where Real Madrid became so dominant over Juventus, it was in the midfield. And part of that success from Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Casemiro. But then there is Isco, who can tuck into the midfield or he can attack down the left-hand side. He has that variety to his game, that flexibility to his game. Having said that, Isco having been perhaps the best player that Real Madrid had towards the end of Champions League, and today again showing his ability, if you have a Gareth Bale that is fit and ready to go, his ceiling is higher than that of Isco's. I put Gareth Bale out on the field to start off with. If he's not doing it, then I have a quick hook. If I'm Zidane, I'm saying, you know what? I allow Gareth Bale to get a run. If he's not doing the things that we expect him to do, then I know I have an option in Isco who has proven to me time and time again that he's going to be able to do it, and I put Isco on the field.
Why don't you play the two of them?
Well, who are you going to take
Someone
out?
has to miss out.
I'm going to take out Benzema. Look at Benzema today. Gareth Bale pretty much played through the middle. Benzema played as one of the wide attackers. And I still can't decide what this guy does. As a centre forward...
He scores the odd goals, David.
As a centre forward, I don't think he's a world-class Real Madrid centre forward. And no question Ronaldo will play centre forward. So you play Bale wide and you also play Isco.
Now, that's a beautiful concept, and it's a great idea. However, according to Zidane, Karim Benzema is so very important and pivotal to the success of what Real Madrid does because of his hold-up play, because of his link-up play, because of the things that he does down the middle that allow Gareth Bale or Isco or Ronaldo to run off of him. That's what Zidane will tell you. That's what he'll sell you on. And that's why Karim Benzema continues to be first-choice striker for.
Oh, it's the latest edition of ESPN FC Extra Time. What is the theme today? Well, maybe the theme is, I don't know, we'll see as we go along, shall we? Stevie Nicol, Ali Moreno, it's a make it up as we go along theme. Stuart Robson, I can tell you, is with us. Stewie, shall we start with you? Why not? Bernard wants to know, shouldn't £500 million English buy a style of play, whatever the sport that excites? Manchester United's long ball football is brutal, cavemanish even. Not sure there's a question in there, but do you agree?
At times it is, particularly when they bring Fellaini on and when they were trying to hit balls into Lukaku and go beyond him. But I think Manchester United would be a better team this year. I think they play with a little bit more creativity. They've got some more exciting players. And I think Matic will be key to allowing other midfield players to go and express themselves higher up the field. And mainly Paul Pogba, who will be outstanding this year.
I'll stick up for Manchester United here for a second. And that is, look, yes, you spend the money. Yes, you've gotten the players. Yes, there's an expectation that you're going to play a certain way. But then we go back to our days of playing, and what we care about was winning the game. And if playing the long ball and winning knockdowns was going to give you a chance to win, if you're Manchester United, you focus on that, you concentrate on that, you try to win that game, and then you work during the week trying to figure out how else to improve the style of play, if you will. Well, it is about winning.
It's an age-old debate, isn't it? Is the onus to entertain and excite, or is it to win when you're spending that sum of money, Stevie?
Well, I know it used to be about winning. It doesn't seem to be that way anymore. I mean, if you listen to Guardiola last season, he was the happiest man alive, according to him, and they'd just gotten beaten because they played so well. So I think the mentality is definitely changing. But I have to say, if I'm Mourinho, I'm not getting it done by passing it around, then you've got to go.
He's got to win, hasn't he? Second season, he's got to win.
Really?
Part of that $500 million that he spent was on Romelu Lukaku. He's the subject of the next question from Nick. Do you consider him to be a high IQ type player? And does that matter for a forward?
Lukaku? Does it matter for a forward? I think it matters for every footballer that they understand the game and the IQ. I'm not going to say whether he's high or low, but I'll tell you, he did something today that showed that he's not the smartest.
The first
he was 5 yards offside, ricocheted off
Under Herrera.
Yeah. And had he just left the ball and gone into the middle, he probably would have had a one-on-one with a goalkeeper. He ran straight at the ball. Now that's thinking that your world-class striker has. He instinctively knows, if I touch this, I'm going to be offside. He lost his composure because all he could see was the carrot on the end of the string instead of understanding the situation. I'll put it that way.
It's very political.
As a fellow striker, Ali, do you have a high IQ? I
think you know the answer to that one.
Well, but do you have to have a high IQ to be an effective striker? Brains in your boots used to be the phrase, didn't it?
You have to. A football IQ is different to
instinctive goal scoring.
Look, the best of the best guys that we've played with or that always scoring goals are guys that somehow the ball finds them inside that 18-yard box. In order to put themselves into those positions, you have to feel the game. You have to have an instinct, and you have to think your way through certain things. If the ball is coming from this side, it's more likely than not that it's going to end up over here. I'm going to take the defender that way so that then I can float to the back post. Those things take a little bit of thought and a little bit of reaction, a little bit of instinct. In order to have that, yes, you have to have some sort of smarts about the game.
But it doesn't mean you have to know Pythagoras' theorem.
Right. No. This is actually two different questions, isn't it?
Yes.
There's regular IQ and there's footballing IQ.
It is football smart.
Yeah. Stuart, why don't you weigh in on this very, very weighty topic?
Stuart knows all about Pythagoras' theorem. Look at him.
Even if Stevie can't say it quite right. But anyway, Lukaku, he's a powerful player. He's got, he's quick. He's got an eye for goal. If you're talking about cleverness in and around the box, playing little 1-2s like Isco did for his goal the other day, for Real Madrid against Manchester United, it's a totally different thing. That was a brilliant little 1-2. I can't see Lukaku doing that, but I think he's got the IQ to find space in the box. He's proved that for Everton with all the goals he scored.
Pythagorean theorem, I think, is the exact term.
I don't think it's going to make any difference whether I know how to say it or not.
Well, talking of your theorems, next question. Does Stevie always imagine scenarios in his head and rant about them as if they are real, in brackets Coutinho rant, for example?
No, I'm asked a question. I was asked a question. If Coutinho leaves, what do you think about it? So I answered the question.
Yes.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I don't know, but apparently one of our viewers has suggested you may be imagining things.
By the way, it's your job to answer that question.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
What else does they want from him?
Well, I'll tell you what. Until it happens, don't ask me a question, right? I don't dare ask me.
I didn't ask this question. This is.
Well, don't.
I can't pronounce his name.
Well, don't. Until it happens, then you can ask me.
Rant away, Stevie. Rant away. I'm happy with it. Why does everyone on the panel tease Stevie so much, says Sam. It's been 3 days now. Enough is enough. Did this just start 3 days ago? Or?
What, teasing Steve?
I thought
See,
it
but
went
what
back a
people
lot
don't
further than
understand,
that.
what people don't understand is that Steve will tease himself as well. I mean, we'll give each other a hard time, but Steve himself,
I give myself a harder time than this, that's all.
yes, just to see him in the golf course.
I'm not being funny though, right?
Punishes himself.
Stuart wants to get jumping.
Hold on a second. You were here last week, right?
Yes.
And you started it already.
Did I?
As soon as you mentioned continue, you turned and smiled at me. The silly grin as if to say, come on then, there you go. Take some of that.
But it doesn't,
You're doing it now. You're doing it now.
it doesn't mean that we disrespect Stevie,
Right.
And that we don't appreciate his accomplishments. But one of the great, you know what? I'm going to shed a tear here for Stevie. One of the great things about working with Stevie is a guy that has been so accomplished in his career, and you wouldn't know him in the way he carries himself.
No,
and
absolutely.
that separates him from
yes.
a lot of people.
Yes.
You need a hug? I'll give you a hug. Come here.
This has turned out pretty well.
That's my guy. That's
Stuart,
my guy.
I think you should have the final word on this.
Well, if I was Stevie, I'd go to HR because it's a form of bullying, and Ali's been a big bully of Stevie for quite some while. So has Craig. I think he needs to go and see HR.
I just hugged him. We just had a moment.
It's only because you live and breathe
I couldn't see
Liverpool,
that.
Stevie. I mean, you're too easy
I
to
can't help
target.
it. I can't help
You live,
myself.
breathe, sleep, eat Liverpool. So when
help
something
it.
happens to Liverpool, obviously I'm going to grin at you and have
You
a
try
little
to dig
dig.
yourself out of hole now.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
Where's my spade? Yeah, I got a big hole to climb out of.
Aye.
So there you go.
Can we go home now?
Yeah, we can.
All right, good.
That was our Liverpool Stevie tease theme.
We're still not going home.
ESPN FC
Come
Extra
on, yeah.
Time. Yeah, we will go on now. Wednesday, 6 o'clock for the latest Stevie teasing edition of ESPN FC on News. Hope to see you then.
Keep going.
So again, Shaka Hislop, the David De Gea talks have officially begun according to ESPN sources. Real Madrid still want their man and that they are preparing a big bid. So Shaka.
Well, the news story is that since Donnarumma has now signed a contract extension with AC Milan, Real Madrid have shifted their attentions back to David De Gea. Now, as
But
far
what
as
about Keylor Navas? Like, he's not bad.
He is not bad at all. As far as I'm concerned, nothing has really changed over the last 12 and maybe even 24 months. Now, it was just about 24 months ago where we had this fax malfunction, for want of a better term, where the deal just didn't seem to get done. And then in the 12 months that followed, I thought Keylor Navas was absolutely outstanding for Real Madrid.
Yes.
Then he started last season with an injury and started a little bit uncertainly. But you don't win the league, you don't win the Champions League with a second-rate goalkeeper. And Keylor Navas has proved that he's up to the task. But again, it's never been, I never thought for a moment that Florentino Perez would have wanted anybody at Real Madrid but David De Gea. So never mind the talk about Courtois, never mind the talk about Donnarumma. I always felt their number one choice was David De Gea. And if they didn't get him, they already had a very good goalkeeper on their books. And that's just right where we're back to now. We've made a full lap of the board, we've passed go, we've collected $200, and we're back to Real Madrid having Keylor Navas on their books, but still trying to attract David De Gea.
So what about for David De Gea, though? Because word is he's not that keen or that desperate to leave Old Trafford anymore. Because,
No, he shouldn't
I
be.
mean, new manager, Jose Mourinho, of course, they're back in the Champions League. You know, you feel that things are going in the right direction for Manchester United. So it's not the desperate situation
Correct.
that he found himself in before.
Exactly. And 2 years ago, things were very different for David De Gea, personally and professionally. Manchester United had been stuttering. And let's be honest, David De Gea was Manchester United's only world-class player on their books. And you couldn't help, especially in that position, wonder where the club was going. And then amidst interest from Real Madrid, of all people, you understand his head being turned. But then the move didn't happen. And he signed a new deal. And Manchester United, I think, continued to make strides in the right direction. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're on a par with Real Madrid, certainly not yet. But as far as David De Gea is concerned, professionally, the club is at least starting to move in the direction that he would have hoped, and his talents, I believe, deserve. So why move right now? Now, again, Real Madrid comes calling. It's a call that you have to answer. And now he has a decision to make, but it's a decision that only David De Gea can make. The comforting thing for him, at least, is that it's a win-win in his eyes. Whatever happens, whether he stays or he goes, it's fantastic. If he goes, it leaves Manchester United with a problem, a huge problem that I'm not sure there are many goalkeepers available can fix. If he doesn't, so be it. Manchester United happy, as is he. And I think Real Madrid, again, defending league and European champions, can't go that much wrong with Keylor Navas.
All right, thanks so much, Shaka Hislop. So we're back at it with this one, and you can bet we'll be tracking this one to see if it has indeed a different end this time around.
It was a good experience for us, and of course that we are not happy that we lost the game, but we have to recover very well because we have a very important game on Sunday. Tonight we played against one of the best team if not the best in the world. So we had also some chance to equalize on the end. Rashford had a very good opportunity. We didn't score, unlucky for us, but this is a football. They also had some chances on the end because we try to give everything in attack and they create some counter-attacks. But I think that supporters can be happy with the game tonight, and yeah, we will try to give our best during this long season, and I'm sure that this team is able to do some good things.
How tough is playing against a team that is at the level that is Real Madrid?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but on the other side is good. It's good to compare with them, to see where we are. I think that we have to say them congratulations for the game which they did. We have to see where we make mistakes, but I'm sure that there is also there is a lot of good things that we have to repeat, and we will see in the future what we can do.
The Premiership is starting. West Ham has had very good signings. Javier Hernandez, one of them. What do you expect from that game?
Premier League is always a war, every game, and we expect a difficult game. Against West Ham to play is always hard. They are physically good. They have good coach, and we will see. We play our stadium. We know what Manchester needs to do, so we will be ready.